So before I make this video, I want to address something. I made a video saying I was quitting. I then made a couple more videos, and everyone's like, why aren't you quitting? I thought you're quitting. I want to address this because I was super angry that the monetization got jacked up in a bunch of countries, and I was really frustrated with the game, and I put that video out. And even if I was going to cover Destiny, and even if I was going to take a bit of a break, I could have done it a lot more tactfully, and I could have timed it a lot better. That was my mistake, and I was dumb. But I don't want everyone to think that I just, hate all of the Genshin audience, and I don't want you to think that I just hate this game. I just despise the monetization, and that's why free-to-play characters are kind of the thing I want to do, and I don't want to do wishes. I could have logged in on Twitch today, and I could have wished for Childe. I could have wished for Diona. I could have dropped a bunch of money, and I could have got a bunch of viewers, but I refuse to do that ever again. But I want to talk about him, because I think it's a really cool character. Is that fair? Can I apologize? I'm sorry if I made you guys angry. It's just I made commitments to cover Destiny, and I made commitments to level up my Destiny character because I'm doing a raid with 5 other friends, and I can't betray them. You know, and I was really pissed off at the time, but I'm not trying to just be drama. I'm not trying to just milk the game. It's just I was angry, and I could have articulated things a lot better. And if you don't want to watch my content, that's fine. If you want to be pissed, if you want to troll in the comments, you do your thing. But I'm going to make a video on this character. I'm going to talk about him. I'm going to talk about Diona. And if you want to watch the video, cool. If you don't, cool. All right, let's get into it. So, Childe, Tartaglia. Interesting. This is one of the characters that I actually kind of wanted to skip, and I think I am going to skip, especially after playing him. But that doesn't mean that he's bad. It just isn't my style. Kind of like Klee. Klee can hit very hard. I just find Klee clunky. Now, Childe isn't necessarily clunky. I think he actually flows really nicely. You've got your basic attacks with your bow. You can charge things up if you want. And you can swap to this cool slice and dice melee with, honestly, great area of effect. He's got versatility to him that a lot of other characters don't. Between the range, between the melee, between the area of effect, and having a burst ability that can have 2 different effects, Childe is one of those characters that if you want to invest a whole bunch into and you want to have him out on the field, he can be amazing. And that's what I like about him. Now, on top of this, with the Weapon Mastery perk, it also increases his normal attack and other characters' normal attacks by 1. You can see his is leveled up, but you can see Kaya's is also leveled up. And that's pretty cool because it's almost like he's a main DPS and can carry the team, but if you do have to swap off of him, you're also getting a passive buff to other people. And you could almost do a hybrid, where you blow all your cooldowns on Childe, hit really hard with Childe, and then go to Razor for a bit, or something like that. And so I think that that's pretty cool. So his skills are pretty in-depth. They're a little bit more... So his skills are a little bit more in-depth than some of the other characters, and it's actually pretty interesting how they interact. So he's got his basic bow attacks, but he's also got a charged attack that can apply Riptide. Now, Riptide, if you keep laying into that enemy with your bow, it will do kind of a damage over time. It will do bursts of damage to the enemy. However, if you swap to your melee stance using Foul Legacy, if you kill that enemy, it will spread the Riptide to other enemies. And then you can spread it to more enemies, and it's actually really interesting because you can have Riptide procced on multiple enemies. Now, Foul Legacy is a stance change, so you can use the bow and you can hit the targets and you can do the damage over time, or you can use your melee abilities. Now, you slash around, it's got a charged attack, it functions much like any other melee character. But if you attack these characters, not only will it spread it when you kill them, but it will do AoE Hydro slashes. So if you want some area of effect, it's actually really, really good. So if you're doing something like the Spiral Abyss and enemies are grouping up, that's super powerful. So the burst ability is going to depend on what stance you're in. If you're in ranged, you're going to use a ranged attack, and it's going to do area of effect as well as give you some energy back. However, I really like the melee stance because you do an area of effect attack, and it actually uses up the Riptide effect off everything to do area of effect burst. And so, kind of what you want to do is you'd want to spread Riptide, get it on everyone, and then use this effect and just pop everything. Do a whole bunch of damage, vaporize enemies, or just do that burst damage. And I think that that's pretty damn cool. Now, it's going to be easy to do that as you level up because the never-ending perk makes it so you get 8 additional seconds, which makes, Riptide is going to be on those enemies all damn day. So you can pull that off even easier. But Sword of Torrents it's beautiful. Now, Sword of Torrents is going to scale with this nicely because when you're getting crits in your melee stance, you're going to be getting Riptide on all the different enemies. Then you could use your Q, you could use your burst, and you could pop them all. I see a lot of potential here. As for Constellations, he does have some big cooldowns, so a reduction by 20% is pretty huge. As for the next one, when opponents are affected by Riptide, he regenerates 4 elemental energy. And because he's going to be critting, and he's going to be applying it, and by killing an enemy, it applies it to other... Are you seeing where I'm going with this? He can get insane amounts of energy recharge if you get multiple Constellations. But you're all free to play, and you're not spending money, right? So you probably won't get this. But I'm just saying you could. With the 4th Constellation, you can apply the Riptide effects like crazy, and with the 6th one, if you're a giant whale, you can do some pretty cool stuff where you're meleeing pretty much constantly, doing area of effect. I see the potential. As for me, I'm not going to be wishing on this character. As I said, I'm not going to be spending any more money on this game, so I'm not going to be wishing or hunting this character down. Even if I had the money, well, I have the money to spend, but I'm not going to spend it. I don't know how crazy I am about the 6th Constellation or anything like that. 1 or 2 would make him very, very good on your team. I think he'd have a lot of potential. And even if you have based Constellation, I think he's pretty fun to play. I like the way you're switching and changing stances because it keeps things fresh. I feel like the melee stance is just great, like, all the time. I pretty much would always want to be in melee stance. And so, once you're on cooldown, you could just switch to someone else if you need. And that's probably the way I'd play him. Melee around for 30 seconds, and then hop off and go to someone else. I think Childe's pretty cool. Overall, I'm not wishing for him. I, might get him. I've got 2 wishes. I need to get Diona on my free-to-play account to heal. But on my other account, my pay-to-win account that I have, even on that one, I'm not spending any Primo Gems on him. I'm not even going to wish on the banner, I don't think. Maybe get Diona on that one because I've got a 1,000 or 2,000 Primo Gems and hope to get Diona. But Childe, not doing it for me. That's it for me. Thank you so much. Hopefully you enjoyed. Please stop roasting me. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Now, while you're saving money on wishes, maybe you're looking for a little energy drink. Mtashed Mango Splash is back in stock at advanced.gg/mtashed. This is an incredibly good, no sugar, no calorie energy drink, and it doesn't taste like a big, powdery, chalky piece of garbage. Get some Mango Splash, use code MTASH for 10% off, and I appreciate the support. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon, my friends. Bye-bye.